Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. We are back and we are previewing the Europa League Final today. United's last game of the season. After finishing second in the Premier League, which is progress after last season's third place finish, although it's not success and what we want, is clearly progression after last season. But we still need more, and it's been a long time since Manchester United won a trophy. A number of years, in fact. The last trophy that Manchester United lifted was that Europa League under Jose Mourinho, and we need to put that right in the Europa League final against Villarreal. It's not going to be easy though. They're a good side. They have a very good coach who has won this competition a few times, so he knows what it takes to win the final, and he won't be nervous ahead of this one. He'll have his tactics. He'll be looking to put them into effect, and if Manchester United don't turn up, we could be in for a shock. So we need to turn up in this game, and the history isn't great if you're looking for goals tomorrow. Manchester United have played Villarreal 4 times and drawn 0-0 every single time in the past. And one of those games, if you remember, was Wayne Rooney clapped in the referee's face and was sent off. I was at a couple of the Old Trafford games as well. I don't remember those too fondly. 0-0. I wanted to see goals. Anyway, hopefully we'll be seeing goals from Manchester United in this game, and we'll be discussing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference quotes. We'll be looking at my predicted 11, predicted score, and you guys can get all your thoughts in the comments below. So make sure you keep those coming in, and of course make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Hitting that subscribe button. We recently hit 105,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can get 110k before the end of the month. Time's ticking, but let's try and do it. So get hitting that subscribe button right now. Anyway, let's look at some of those quotes from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer ahead of the game. And one of the big things that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was asked about was obviously Harry Maguire's fitness. He travelled with the squad out there to the Gdansk, the finals in Poland. No Anthony Martial, who's been injured for the last couple of months. There was a little bit of hope that he'd be available, but he's not available for this one. And Solskjaer commented on Harry Maguire as training takes place after the press conference. And he said Harry Maguire will jog up and down the sideline a bit, and he'll probably try to join in training. It's the last training session ahead of that game. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if he knew Harry Maguire was going to participate in some form in that training session. And I mean, you know, trying to get a little bit more physical than just jogging up and down. But he might just be tempering expectation a little bit, you know, not giving anything away to the opposition, not giving anything away to them, and, you know, just trying to take the pressure off the captain a little bit as well. So I don't think he'll start, especially if this is his first training session since his injury. I don't think he'll start, but I'm sure Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will give him as much chance as possible, and he'll jog up and down the sideline a bit, according to him, and probably try to join in training. Obviously, the other alternatives to Harry Maguire are Axel Tuanzebe, Victor Lindelof and Eric Bailly. 2 of those 3 could be starting in this game. I would probably... It's a difficult one. I think Lindelof, you have to expect him to start because he's started more often than not. A little bit of me will probably go Bailly, Tuanzebe, but on form and given the amount of performances they've had this season, Lindelof's probably guaranteed to start, and then one of the others. I think Lindelof Bailly would be fair. Lindelof Tuanzebe, you know, Tuanzebe played well last time out. He played well against PSG. He's played well in some big games. So seeing Tuanzebe start wouldn't surprise me at all. And Ollie's obviously got a decision to make. He's going to name his team tomorrow, so the players won't know. They'll be, you know, they might have an inkling, they might have a feeling. And I mean, when you look around the squad, you know Bruno's starting, you know Cavani's starting, you know that, you know, I feel like we know De Gea's starting, although that one's still up in the air. You know Lindelof's starting, Shaw's starting, Wan-Bissaka's starting. So there's a lot of players that you know are definitely starting, but there's still a few that are up in the air at this moment in time. And even someone like Pogba, now I think it'd be mental to leave him out of the team for a final, but, you know, if you play McTominay and Fred, which we've done a lot in the past, and you play Rashford on the left, maybe Pogba doesn't start, but I think Pogba will start anyway. Ollie said he feels good rather than the 99 final when they flew out on Concorde and it wasn't a great flight. He said he feels good ahead of this one. He said it's always difficult to leave players out, but throughout the whole season, a final is reward for what you've done the whole season. then if there's any doubt between a couple, then it's the form in the latter stages. Now, if you hear that doubt over a couple, I think Dean Henderson's form in recent weeks, De Gea's form in recent weeks will probably give David De Gea the edge. Now, it's interesting because we've also heard at another point in time that if it was reported by some journalists that Ole feels whoever is left out will think this is the end of their United career. Now, I'd be disappointed if that was the case with Dean Henderson, because I think you got a great future, you got great potential. Stop trying to rush it at Man United, because you could go into next season as number one and it could blow up in your face, and then you just, it's over for you at Man United. I think you've got to take your time a little bit, and I think we could be rushing it too much if we did get rid of David De Gea this summer. Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw were also in the press conference as well, and they seemed in good spirits. They seemed quite jovial, and Ole carried on saying these are big nights for us. It might be the stepping stone for something to come. It's a bright future. This team is a young team. It's a team we've rebuilt over the last few years. Hopefully this is the start of something more. When players sign to play for Man United, they sign to win trophies. They accept the challenge of being the best, because this is the best club in the world. So that's the pleasure of the pressure of Manchester United. And we know, look, the Europa League isn't the be-all and end-all for this club. We know second place in the Premier League isn't the be-all and end-all for this club. We want first place. We want to be winning the Champions League. But like Ali says, this is a team that are in progress, a team that are in a work in progress, and we are moving forward. But it'd be great to just put a little trophy in that as well, even if it's the Europa League. Get that under your belt, and hopefully it's the start of something. You go into the summer with some confidence. We need to have a big summer, regardless of whether we win the trophy or not. We need to have a big summer. But it'd be a great reward for, the season that we've had, because, alright, it's not been the greatest season, but it's been progress. So let's top that off with a trophy. And I think the players as well will start to look at it and think, right, this Ole Gunnar Solskjaer thing's working. We've got one trophy. Let's see what else we can go for. And the camp start to get, probably a little bit more unity. The team spirit builds again as you go into the new campaign. Everyone will be going off to the Euros, coming back in a few months, ready to go again. Obviously, a defeat's not the end of the world, but you don't want to have that in your mind right now at all. My 11 for this game, I think you go with David De Gea in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Lindelof and Bailly. I think we'll see that. Harry Maguire, look, it'd be great to see Harry Maguire start, but he's not been involved a lot. His injury was a big one. If he's just getting involved a day before, I can't see him being involved. Maybe be on the bench so that he feels more involved, if we lift a trophy and the celebrations and all those kind of things. But yeah, I don't think he'll be starting this game at all. There's a shout, toss up, does Twanzebe start? But I think Bailly, Lindelof in there. Obviously Bailly sat out the last Europa League final. He was injured and on crutches. So it'd be a nice moment for him as well. But it'd be a moment where he'd need to perform. In the midfield, I can see us going with McTominay and Fred. I know there's been a few talks about McTominay and Pogba a little bit deeper. I can't see Ole looking to do that in this game. I think we will go McTominay and Fred again. You go with Pogba on the left, Rashford on the right, Bruno through the middle and Cavani up top, with Greenwood maybe coming off the bench as you go for it. He was named in the Euro 2020 provisional squad for England. I think he'd be my wild card in that squad anyway. If you're looking for a goal off the bench, no one's starting ahead of Harry Kane. But if you're looking for a goal off the bench, there's not many better than Mason Greenwood. And I think with his ability to shoot off both feet, his finishing ability as well, I think you take him in the squad. And I think whilst he could be on the bench, look, you could start Pogba in midfield, and that would be ideal. But it's my predicted 11. And I maybe don't see that happening. But Rashford's best position is on that left. You then could get Greenwood in. You play Fred and Pogba or McTominay and Pogba in there. But I think, McTominay and Pogba, you could leave yourself a little bit open there. If you're going to play one of McTominay or Fred with Pogba, I'd probably go for Fred, because he's a bit more defensive minded. But even then, I don't think they've both been playing great recently. But they've all we've got in those positions, and Ole seems to. I know there's Matic, but he played against Wolves. He's not going to start this game. Probably his last game for the club, that was. I can just see it, you know, Fred wasn't involved. I can see it being McTominay and Fred, and therefore Pogba starting on the left with Rashford on the right. Obviously, you know, we've got those likes of Van der Beek then on the bench, Greenwood on the bench, which would leave us with a strong bench. So that's my predicted 11. Let us know yours in the comments below. I'm feeling quietly confident about this one. Obviously, it's a difficult game. A couple of injury doubts for Unai Emery in their squad. You've got Chukwueze, who's a threat for them. You know, scored a number of goals, scored against Barcelona this season as well. He's a dangerous talent down there. Foyth as well is also a potentially injury doubt for them as well. Manchester United are without Anthony Martial. Harry Maguire is a massive doubt for them as well. Fred did have a knock, but I don't think Fred will miss this game. I think he will be available, and I think he will possibly start as well. But this Villarreal side, they're a good team, but we should be beating them, as we should have been beating anybody in this competition. And we've beaten Roma along the way, AC Milan along the way, and I think these AC Milan are probably better than Villarreal, I think. But you know, I think these are a good side with a good coach, but we should be beating them. And I know they beat Arsenal, but Arsenal aren't all that anyway. So Manchester United, if we play to our potential, we should be looking to comfortably win this final. But on finals, depends who turns up. And if Villarreal's players turn up and they'll really want this, it'll be a massive opportunity for them as well to get Champions League football for next season. And there's loads of incentive for them, so we've got to be wary. But like the Ajax final, if you turn up on the day, you take your chances, you'll bring home a trophy at the end of the season, and we'll be going into the summer thinking, maybe this team's going somewhere. So I'm feeling confident, but we have to perform. We have to perform because they will be at it and they will be up for it. And if we don't turn up, they'll beat us. I'm going to go for a prediction of the same as the other final, 2-0 Manchester United. Pogba to score and Rashford to score. Be nice, isn't it, if Rashford scored, topped off the year with a goal. Obviously Bruno will be sniffing about for a goal as always, isn't it? But let us know your predictions, your predicted 11s in the comments below. Who you think will start in goal, where will Pogba start, if he will start at all, who in that midfield, where will Rashford be, Greenwood on the bench or in the team. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're liking, comment, sharing, subscribing as well. Big game, we'll have reaction after that match, so we'll be seeing you tomorrow. But until then, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.